Alright, what's up, guys? So, Communist Creeper has uploaded a video titled Just a Robot Final Wars Commentary. Yeah, let's go ahead. Check this video out. I've been seeing I mean, I think it's clear as day. I've been seeing a lot of different videos about Just a Robot. And I think whoever this individual is, like, they've had issues with Just a Robot themselves. So, I think that's what it is, because so there's all like their videos that they're responding to, and then, so yeah, I just kind of seen the description a little bit when it's all like, oh, this is somebody, so this isn't like how some, like, people are doing, where it's like they just, overall just doing a video talking about him, but they're actually responding to him. So yeah, let's see what's going to be said in this video. Make sure, if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Communist Creeper. But anyways,
Hey everyone, Creepy here, and I never ended up responding to the second video Jar made on me because when it came out, I was still working on my response to his first video on me. But then a user known as Patches posted it into a server, and I rewatched it and remembered how horrible it truly is. So let's cover it. I know I'm a year late. The other two parts will be linked in the description down below.
Looks like the creepy communist has responded to my video. As per usual, this guy is a small content creator, so please don't attack him.
Although if I was a bigger creator, you should go out and attack me.
The video of his we're going to be covering is called Just a Robot is Just a Liar. By the way, because I'm responding to a response video that plays a lot of clips from my video, so you guys don't get confused, I'm going to be doing...
I mean, that's something just based on my own experience from with Just a Robot. Yeah, it's something where I think a lot of people can say he done lied about some stuff, because even the two videos where he tried to I mean, there's multiple things. It was the suicidal girl situation. I can't really say that they lied on the Joshua's mom situation, but they did overall like rewrite the story and stuff. So I was like, I guess in a way they did lie about that. Then there was the one video where he was talking on like a time when we got into it in my comment sections. He made it seem like that the conversation had started with this comment where he was all like, oh, let me help you out with some stuff, but he managed to forget all the insults that he had said prior, before he had left that comment. So yeah, no, Just a Robot, he definitely be lying about some stuff. Even I think how people were more so the individuals involved with that VidCon situation, he's lying about that. He could go ahead and say like, oh, I wasn't chasing them, I wasn't doing anything, but it's like, okay, why would they do something like that though? I just feel like that people ain't got that type of time. Like, I can understand if it's a creator that can actually, like, stuff like that could do damage to them, but why would they do that to you? I mean, like, really, at the end of the day, I feel like 2023, and I think they said it happened again in 2024, and it was like, bro, wasn't like at a point in time of your career. I had to say his career was falling off at that point. So me personally, I just wouldn't go out of my way to do no stuff like that. Nobody don't be thinking that. And honestly, I think that's that paranoia in him. But it's like, fam, you were being weird. You were stalking them. So, but anyways, getting back to the video.
This response in the robot voice. Yep, I still have a use for this little voice filter. Anyways, let's get on with this video. I don't need
There's some people that don't like know that he used that robot, because that's how I had very first heard him, when he was using that robot voice. And so that's why I was like, that was one of the reasons why I never took this video seriously. But yeah, overall, it was like, yeah, people be asking me about that, and I'm like, no, yeah, if you go back and check some of his earlier work, he was, I don't know if it, because I know he has two channels, and if you go to the smaller channel and stuff, then yeah, you'll see some videos where he was using like the earlier videos. But if you want to go and watch them, you can. I'm not telling you to. I'm just saying, like, if you're looking for that content, that's where you can find it.
On to every video made on me. I mean, come on, you went over fucking Communist Creeper. No one cares about that, nobody. Anyways, now let's get into Communist Creeper's video on me. Okay, I won't lie, that's pretty good. One of those clips is from my Antunes video, and the other clip is from my Communist Creeper video. And yeah, what I said back then still holds true. I don't need to respond to literally every video made on me. I just do it on my side channel to make a little extra cash on the side. But I was absolutely wrong about no one caring about Communist Creeper. Out of all the videos on my old channel, the one on Communist Creeper grew the fastest. I can't believe how many people hate this guy.
This is something I've noticed from Jar. He makes sure that his audience knows that someone he's covering isn't liked. I've stated before, but this feels like it's the reverse of the appeal to popularity fallacy. So in this case, it would be like an appeal to unpopularity fallacy. Although it is quite funny that Jar said this a few months before he started getting a bunch of hate from people because he defended an alleged predator. Hey everyone, Creepy here. So today we're going to be covering Jar's video on me. This would be part 1 of 2, because I wanted to cover the more important stuff first, before we get into the silly media takes.
Honestly, Communist Creeper, especially at your size, it's best to do everything all in one video. You'll get more watch time if you do it that way, and people will get the full context.
Okay, cool. People still can get the full context.
That's just something I don't understand with Just a Robot, is that he feels that his opinion, or he feels that he needs to, he's giving out advice that's not helping nobody. Like, he thinks that his advice is so helpful, but it's like, bro, it's not. The thing is this, the reason why I say that is because you would think that any of his fans that were trying to be content creators would take in advice from him, and you don't see that. You don't see none. You see where it's like some of his friends, some people have emerged from his group, but it's one of those things where it's like either they've separated themselves from Just a Robot or they quit. But I haven't seen no successful content creator come out of Just a Robot's circle. But anyways,
context with 2 videos. It's not harder to watch 2 shorter videos over 1 slightly longer video.
I have to go over all the Twitter stuff, which is something I unfortunately can't do because Communist Creeper limits who can see their tweets. Yeah, sure, there's ways around this, but this is a Communist Creeper video. That's a little too much effort for a topic like this. I'll happily make a follow-up video showing the full context of our Twitter conversations once Creeper stops being a pussy.
Jar seems to be insinuating here that I have privated my Twitter because I'm scared of him, which just isn't true.
Oh, well, I'm sorry that you took it that way, Creeper, but I wasn't insinuating that you were scared of me. Well, you are scared of me because you won't get in a call with me, but you're not scared of me because you limit who can see your tweets.
He just contradicted himself in a single sentence. That's actually kind of impressive.
I know a lot of people don't like you, and you get into a lot of Twitter spats. I never assumed that you limit who could see your tweets because of me. I mean, I wasn't even talking about you. He goes on to explain why he limits who can see his tweets, and yeah, they seem like legit reasons to me. Basically, a few years ago, some people photoshopped Creeper calling a black guy the hard RN word.
I just want to point out that this isn't true. It was a fake account that posted the comments, so it's not Photoshop. And also, it was to a white guy, not a black guy. I know I'm responding to the first video he made on me, but I just want to clear that up.
I decided to bring it up, pretending like
Yeah, there's, no, and then that was the other thing that, Just a Robot had lied on. So, in a video, I think it was the last video on TMossBoss? There was some video that he made on me where he was pretty much trying to say that I had supported a video that some random guy had made. And I guess the guy was a fan of mine. I didn't know because I really don't, at the time being, I ain't really watched videos like that on me. But no, so anyway, so the guy makes this video, I guess defending me and stuff. He says some crazy things in the video. And one of Just a Robot's fans, I imagine it had to have been one of his fans, but created an account pretending to be me and then say, oh yeah, good video. And that's why I'm like, to whoever it was that made that, because I think they were like, what was the video? I think they were talking on the suicidal girl situation, but they said some disrespectful things about the girl and stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, fam, I'm not sitting around watching no videos like that. So yeah, that's why I was like, when seeing that, I'm like, huh? I think I have made that clear a lot of the times throughout my career and stuff in multiple videos. I'm trying to think if I post. I don't think I've ever posted about it on social media. Pretty much, I don't really be leaving comments like that. It's on super rare occasions where I leave comments underneath people's videos, because for the most part, if I am watching a video, I'm doing a reaction video to it. But yeah, maybe if I'm watching I'm trying to think, Parking Wars, like stuff where it's like TV shows, but they make like top moments of their like shows and stuff and post it on YouTube. Yeah, that's like really the only time where I'm watching a video without doing a reaction and stuff. But other than that, like this video or any other video that you've seen of mine, I'm like, I don't watch videos like that. I used to, but not but that was like long before I was doing reaction videos. But anyway,
believed it, so I could show Communist Creeper how annoying it is when someone lies about you.
Keep in mind that Jar just admitted to purposely lying about me.
No, I admitted to giving you an example. Yes, I technically lied in my example, but it was an example of how it feels when someone lies about you.
Jar just can't help but contradict himself. He states that he doesn't lie, and then admitted a second later that he did lie. My problem is that you lied in the first place, Jar.
I made it clear what my intentions were pretty early on. If I wanted to lie about you, I wouldn't have cleared it up so soon. And I wasn't really lying about you. This was a Twitter comment. Almost no one saw it.
You did lie about me, though. You just admitted it. Also, it wouldn't stop being a lie because it's on Twitter and no one saw it.
Creeper was playing dumb to this, so I was just like, okay, I know they're fake. And I did this in like the span of a minute. But some people who like Communist Creeper, and also people who hate me, twisted this into me blatantly lying about them.
You told a falsehood about me that you knew was false when you said it. That seems like
it just, the funny thing is with Just a Robot that he always has things laid out that he can say about people. You know, it's like, because this communist guy, it's like, Communist Creeper, I'm like, let me just say the full name and stuff. I felt like saying communist guy just sounds weird, but anyways. But no, it's like, jokes aside, it's just, he says the same things about them that he says about me. It's like, oh, he twisted my words, he's lying on my name, he's doing this, he's doing that. And it's like, bro, that's something that I always have told him and his fans to do. It's like, could you guys think of something different to say and stuff? Like, could you like, for once, just like when another person gets involved, or just say something new, say something different, so at least then it's like the argument is fresh. But it's like, you can't say that you win all your arguments and you're using the same argument for every single person that you get into it with. So anyway,
like pretty blatant lying to me.
Well, Creeper, I'm so sorry for lying to you for a whole 60 seconds. I'm really confused as to why you were playing dumb to this. I mean, this was a drama around you. Was it the smartest thing for me to do? Maybe not, but at that point I didn't know how else to get through to you. But yeah, guys, I'm totally exposed here. I pretended to believe something about Communist Creeper that wasn't true, and in the span of like a minute, I explained what my intentions were. I'm such a dirty little liar. I'm even worse than Prison Mate Luke.
You see, Jar's not trying to defend his actions, but instead is just bringing up someone else that he sees as worse to try to do a whataboutism. Well, he can't be a liar. What about someone else who's lied more?
Guys, if I wanted to spread false information about Communist Creeper, I would have tweeted it out. Not just say it in a reply that barely any people will see.
Well, you did tweet it out, even if it was just a reply.
Okay.
So like, so people see it, regardless of whether it's a tweet, a reply, or whatever. People are still going to see it, whether it's one person, 5 people, 10 people, 100 people. There are people that are still going to see it. So yeah, that's why I'm like, he's trying to justify things, but I'm like, there ain't no justification for that. You know, it's like, don't tweet out stuff about people and you don't have it where they come out making videos about you. Point blank simple. But anyway,
technically that is true.
Got you on a technicality.
But people won't get this tweet in their inbox. They will have to go to my reply section to see it. And they would have to do that in the span of like a minute. Because once again, I explained what my intentions were pretty early on.
You can still see replies in your Twitter feed. I don't even know what Jar's trying to argue here. Also, if not a lot of people see something, it doesn't mean it's not a lie.
Oh, well, I never said it was. I'm just saying if I wanted to spread false information about you, I would have directly tweeted it out or talked about it in a video. Creeper, do you have any evidence that someone saw this Twitter comment of mine and came to the conclusion that you call a black guy the hard RN?
I'm supposed to just go around and just ask people, hey, did you guys see this tweet? Like, he at times says things where it's like, bro, do you even listen to yourself when you talk? Like, come on.
You need to look at someone's intentions. My intentions weren't to spread false information about you. My intentions were to give you an example of how it feels when someone lies about you.
It doesn't matter if anyone believed it. It's the fact that you did it in the first place. Shouldn't have happened in the first place. You can't lie about someone to their face, even if no one else saw it. Side note, others obviously saw the tweet because he's responding to them.
For the people who spread this false information about you in videos, yeah, fuck those guys.
If you lied about me to a single person, that wouldn't make it okay.
Oh, I absolutely agree. But the only single person I lied to was you. And I made it clear what my intentions were very early on.
Others saw the tweet, so it's clearly not just to me.
I purely did this just to show Creeper it's annoying when people lie about you.
Which doesn't make lying okay all of a sudden.
Then stop doing it.
And Creeper, you have blatantly taken me and many other people out of context.
This will be covered at a later date, but he doesn't.
But my thing is this is even, I remember saying this with the video that he did where he was trying to explain how to get away with being a pedophile. Why do you upload stuff that's, yeah, most people are going to see, like, see it out of context? I don't get, my thing is this, if I'm posting a video, I don't want people to get the wrong idea of whatever video that I'm posting. So if I'm talking about a YouTuber, I'm making sure of it. I'm like, okay, this is the reason why I'm talking about this. Get into why I'm talking about this. If I need to promote the video, I'm like, hey guys, I did this video where I'm talking on EDP or whatever the situation may be. So then it's like, oh, so this is how EDP, but it's like there was a backstory or there was a reason why you did that video. Yeah, it's things like that where it's like, yeah, don't post videos where people are going to take it out of context and stuff. And then you don't have to, then you can avoid situations like this. But yeah, just the robot don't know how to be a content creator. It's he relies on people around him to help him out with his content creating career. So I have to say that's going to probably be the next thing that I'm going to get on him about. It's like, be your own content creator. Don't get your roommate involved. Don't get your girlfriend involved. Don't get your fans involved. Be your own person. Be your own content creator. Do this on your own. You the one that created this channel. You came up with the name. You came up with the idea of what this channel was going to be about. Now it's on to you to do something with this channel. Not everybody around you, it's on you. But anyways.
Actually show me ever taking him out of context or taking others out of context.
Actually, I did that throughout my video on you, and there's plenty of other videos on you that show you lying and taking people out of context. Like, despite Communist Creeper being a small YouTuber, he's extremely hated, and for good reason.
Notice how Jar didn't actually prove that I take people out of context and instead just shows videos that are made on me. That's just proof that people made videos on me. That's not proof that I took them out of context. Also, side note, one of the videos happens to be from someone who spent like at least a year harassing me. I don't currently have evidence to that. Probably exists somewhere, so take it with a grain of salt.
And as for me saying you haven't grown in all these years, that's not me bragging about my sub count. Even if someone has less subs than me, they can still grow. My point is that you're still where you've always been. You're still getting the same amount of views you got 3 years ago.
So you weren't making fun of me for my subscriber count, but my viewer count.
Whoa, 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 no. People were saying I was bragging about my sub count, and I made it clear that I wasn't doing that. It's also not directly about your view count or sub count.
I find that hard to believe. I do say that I think I am the one to influence Just a Robot for worrying so much about subs and views. I mean, because, so for those that are kind of new to the situation between me and Just a Robot, back when we originally had got into it, yeah, I always would bring that up with him. I'm like, I get more views than you, I have more subscribers than you, I'm not worried about any videos that you're making on me. So he took that as a sign of disrespect, and then yeah, that's what I think what overall led into his master plan of, oh, how could I bring down TMossBoss? I'm like, yeah, you slowed it down a little bit, but you ain't stopped nothing. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, if you see a video of Just a Robot talking about subscribers, views, stuff like that, you know, crowds, and you know, just anything with that, just with that conversation, that was my wrongdoing. I do apologize to anybody out there that you know, in the future, if you do get into it with Just the Robot and he tries using that against you, that was my wrongdoing. I apologize for that. But anyway,
it's about your growth. Take Akubu, for example. That guy has grown a lot recently. Sure, he has less subs and views than me, but he still grew.
And I grew as well. I had less than 1,000 subscribers last time we talked in about late 2020. It's clear that I have grown if you just look at my subscriber count right now as of today.
They don't do that. His fans, the thing is this, his fans, him and his fans, they love making it seem like that they're proving a point rather than actually going out and doing some sort of investigating. So when they say like, oh, you don't have no views, and you could say, have you seen some of my like most viewed videos? Like, if you always be wondering like, oh, this is, you have this subscriber count, but you have this amount of views on your latest videos. Yeah, people don't mess with my latest videos like how they did with my most viewed videos. And I think I even said that before. It's like, I don't want to be known as that guy where it's like I'm doing just strictly McJuggernuggets reactions or McNasty reactions. Yeah, I'll react to their videos from time to time, but it's like when you're just sitting down reacting to their videos left and right over and over again, like, to me, I'm like, nah, I'm like, I gotta, you know, check out some other content and stuff. Yeah, I can sit around and react to the videos that, you know, get me a lot of views or talk on things that get me a lot of views, but I'm like, nah, my thing is this, I like to just be my own person when it does come down to content creating. But no, like I said, though, I just had to, you know, state my business real quick. But no, that's something where they always say that with me. It's like, oh, you don't get a whole lot of views, and it's like, look at my most viewed videos, and then the conversation goes dead, it's just pretty much a circle. They're just them saying the same thing, and then it's like, do you guys like, what is it, like everybody in his group that just suffers from dyslexia? Like you can't read, you can't like just pay attention to certain things. I'm saying it. I'm telling you guys what the situation is, but yeah, just the robot and his fans, it's like they just got like a weird, just something ain't twisting all the way up there.
I have over 2,000 subscribers, so clearly I've grown at least a little bit. Got it. That doesn't automatically make it better. And also, I have grown on YouTube. I've doubled in size since the last time we ever interacted with each other.
Your view count still seems pretty much the same to me. Aside from that video you did on me recently, good job on getting that many views on it. I'm proud of you.
So it was about view count. Why is it so hard for Jar not to contradict himself? And also, quite frankly, I don't care about views or subscribers. I do things for fun, not because I gain following from something.
Yes, there is the I don't care moment. Why do like half my haters say that? But Creeper, if you only make these videos for fun and you don't—
Because we don't. That's the thing. So I would say that I know for a fact I didn't said that quite a few times with just a robot, that I'm like, I don't care what you have to say, I don't care what your fans have to say. But that's the thing, he wants to make what he says and what his fans say, he wants to make that side of the internet so important. And I'm like, bro, the internet doesn't work like that. Like, that's the thing. Yeah, you're gonna be famous amongst people in my fan base, you're gonna be famous amongst people in other fan bases, but how do you think it would look where, let's say you did get that recognition that you've always wanted, but that's the thing though, it's gonna cost you. It ain't gonna be this recognition. There is going to be a price that you have to pay when you get that recognition. So I just want to say something that might come off as a very dark thing for just a robot. Not dark like I'm gonna say something disrespectful, but dark more so talking on his content creating career, right? You finally get this recognition, okay? You get all these subscribers, you get all these views, but there are going to be people that see you for who you really are. And then on top of that, then you're gonna have it where there's people that you thought you would never see again, like these coworkers that you said that you harassed at your old jobs. You're thinking along the lines, I'm never gonna see them again. They're long gone. Like, I'm never gonna hear from them. They're never gonna find out who I am. They gonna find out who you are. At some, like, the thing is this, regardless of however you painted out your content creating career, the downfall was always going to happen. All right, maybe it's this downfall right now, maybe it's a downfall in the future, but here's the thing, you've painted out this picture where it's, or not I ain't gonna say picture, but you laid out this foundation, you laid out this road where it is going to lead to trouble. It's going to lead to your downfall. There is no way possible you can escape it. It's gonna happen regardless. All right, and I'm like, man, when you sit down and you think about that, where it's like Communist Creeper, myself, the people that you were harassing at VidCon, I'm trying to think of some other content creators that you haven't got into it with, where it's like they're all going to achieve good things. Everybody around you, I guess, that's had issues with you, they're going to achieve good things. Where do you see yourself? I feel like, yeah, that's just one of those like basic common questions. Where do you see yourself 10 years from now? Because I feel like anybody that's gotten into it with you, they see highly of themselves 10 years from now. But you, on the other hand, it's like 10 years later, you're still that. And it's, the funny thing is that he talks on growth with Communist Creeper, but it's like, fam, you definitely haven't grown. If you're trying to say other people haven't grown, you definitely haven't grown. I'm like, as a person, and forget content creating, forget numbers, forget all that stuff. Do you look at yourself and do you see yourself as a bigger person that you once were? If anything, I would say that you probably slowed down when it came to the drama content because you knew what was coming. You knew, and you even said it yourself that you knew you were going to get canceled one day. And look how that turned out for you. So yeah, it's like you called it, everybody called it. But anyways, let's go ahead and get back into this video.
Don't care about growing, then you wouldn't post them on YouTube.
I post them on YouTube because I enjoy the format of it. I prefer the format of YouTube over any other social media site. I really appreciate
that's how it was
the
for me
playlist
when I started.
feature that YouTube has, and it's better than any other possible playlist that I've seen on any other social media
It's like,
site.
obviously, I'm gonna go and use that ability to, turn YouTube and every other aspect of my content creating career, or content creating stuff, into a career. And but yeah, it's like I remember when I very first started, I was just having fun with it. I was all like, bro, posting videos and having it where random people see it online. Bet. I'm like, I'm all for it.
Not to mention, not everything I make is even public. I make some stuff that just for myself and friends.
Every single YouTuber at one point has asked themselves, wow, it would be really cool if my videos started popping off.
I'd still be doing this if I didn't have any subscribers.
Same, but that's because a video has a chance to blow up even if you have subscribers or not.
And that's because, well, after all this time, your content really hasn't improved. Creeper, you've made video after video on me, and then you kept on harassing me on Twitter over and over again.
Jar makes the claim that I made video after video on him, which is not true at all. I made 4 videos on Jar.
Yeah, over the span of a couple of years, you've made videos on me. If someone came to the conclusion that you were dedicating your channel to me, or you were making a video on me once a month, then I apologize for that. But I think through context clues, when I went over your Steven Universe video that I said was your last video on me, and that was like a couple years old, I highly doubt anyone came to the conclusion that you were making tons and tons of videos on me.
Jar, at the time that you made this video, I made 4 videos on you out of 100. Saying I made video after video on you kind of implies it's a substantial amount of my videos. Also shows no proof to where I harassed him on Twitter.
And even he said that about me. It's like, yeah, there was a point in time where I was like doing a lot of different response videos because there were so many different things that was coming out about me at one point in time. So yeah, I had to do response videos, defend myself. I realized that it was only him and his fans that were talking on it. So and I realized that back in 2020. So that's why I was all like, I had slowed down a lot, focused on myself. And then the funny thing is that when I would talk about it, I remember saying that at some point in time. I just don't remember when. But I said, from now on, it's like anytime when I talk on this, it's always going to be in a format of a story time to just kind of let people know the situation, what was going on. But as far as like trying to do defense videos and all that stuff, don't care for it. And I'm like, I've already said my piece. I've already said what I need to say. I'm like, if people from that community don't believe me, that's on them. I'm like, but I could care less if I've offended anybody from that side of the internet. So, but yeah, he's big on that. He's big on saying like, oh, and here's the thing. I would have to say the difference between when I make a video on you and when you make a video on somebody else is that when I made videos on you, like I said, it was response videos. It was never a video of me starting some. I had to say probably the only video I can think of where it started something where, and especially when like the beef was like all done and dead and over with and stuff, was the last, like, well, not the last video I did on you, but no, it was that one, the just a robot is a pedo. And I had to say that was probably the one video where I say that I threw a punch. Like, after everything was done, settled, and over with, yeah, I'll admit, I threw a punch with that video. But that's the thing, though. How do you think people are going to look at a video where you're explaining how to get away with being a pedophile, and you're uploading the video in that context? So, yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, I still stand by that. I'm like, there's definitely something weird going on with just the robot behind the scenes. And maybe one day we might see that. But anyways, but no, overall, though, like, that's the difference between me and you, where it was like most of the time I was doing videos to defend myself. You were doing videos on people to start something with somebody. Even when you did that last video on me talking about where is TMossBoss right now, what was the reason of even doing that video? When people could just, my thing is this, just to ask anybody out there, what do you think is much more easier? Searching up my name, which is, it's going, what, take you, depending on how fast you type, if you were a slow typer, it's like, what, like less than 15 seconds to type up my name? And even then, it's like you could just type up like half my name, and then it's at some point in time, it's going to pop up and things like, oh, these are the, like, you know, the stuff that gets searched up frequently with TMossBoss. So that's why I'm like, yeah, but it's like people can just, it's going to take them seconds to look my name up and see what I'm doing versus watching however long that video was on me. So yeah, that's why I'm like, you do videos because you want to start something or get into it with somebody. I guarantee and I promise you, if this Cinebear stuff hadn't happened, yeah, he still definitely would have been doing the drama stuff. So anyways,
Which, well, it's not
as much as he says that he don't like drama and he wants to avoid drama, he still would have been doing that them drama videos. And then most likely, at some point in time, he is going to continue doing drama videos.
But that's not for me to prove. That's for Jar to prove.
Yeah, but the thing is, your tweets are protected. It's very, very hard for me to prove that. Creeper, you made a comment from me, your Twitter banner, for a few weeks. I think that proves to at least some people that you were harassing me.
That literally doesn't prove anything, Jar. Me having you as a banner doesn't prove I'm harassing you.
Yeah.
In fact, my current banner is of Pope Francis. Does this prove I'm harassing Jorge? No, it doesn't.
Yeah. And it just looks like it's just a bunch of different responses. That's about
Also,
it.
how can I harass you if I have a privated Twitter?
Because you were harassing me and then you privated your Twitter later?
My Twitter's always private. I just unprivated to make sure that you saw my tweet making fun of you for wrongly assuming someone's ethnicity. Yeah, so let's go through all the tweets. Here you go. Obviously, I got into this spat because I saw Toga replying to Jar, so I had to reply to him, making fun of him for not knowing that Miles Morales was not Mexican, but was Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I have my own issues with that person as well. But Creeper, this kind of proves my point. This conversation didn't have anything to do with you.
Okay, cool.
So it's funny how he mentions that, right? Why is it that you feel that it's needed to involve yourself into a conversation, but when somebody else does it, it's a problem? That, I'm telling you, that is probably like one pattern, one of the biggest patterns that I've seen with Just a Robot. He'll call you out for something, turns around and does the same exact thing. I don't get it, bruh.
I didn't realize people aren't allowed to butt into conversations.
And then you just have to come in and make fun of me for a very common mistake that a lot of people have made.
Just because others make the same mistake as you doesn't make the mistake okay to make. And of course, he also accused me of stealing my point from someone else. Of course, this person being me. And obviously, I was taking this so very seriously.
Okay, I'm dyslexic, so I don't go off of names that often, and the profile picture was different when you left that comment.
My PFP at the time was the same on my Twitter and my second channel, as well as my Discord. He accused me of stealing from my second channel on Twitter, which both had the same profile picture at the time. You can tell that they had the same profile picture at the time because Jar shows it in the video. My femme avatar is shown in his Twitter screenshots, which is the same as my second channel and my Discord.
And I admitted to this mistake as soon as I looked into it. But then you were like, I stole a point from myself? How does that work?
Yeah, Jar, because it was funny.
You can say that you weren't taking this seriously, but it's hard to tell with you sometimes.
In all seriousness, Jar should not have lied. Like, that's not okay for him to do. And I don't know why he wants to lie about lying. That doesn't sound like a good idea to me.
How does it not sound like a good idea to you? That's pretty much what your entire channel is based on.
I know you are, but what am I? Argument.
But yeah, that's all of his video that I want to go over. I don't know why this guy is so scared to get into a call with me. He says he doesn't have calls with liars, but you know, I offered to have a call with.
The thing is this though. What would happen overall if he were to jump into a call with you? Because I already knew what was going to happen with me if I jumped into a call with you. And it was going to be one of those situations where it's like, okay, so what, he gets his roommate involved or gets some other people involved, and they going to be a one-on-one conversation. But then on top of that, too, it's like, you are going to say things that's like, lying pretty much, where it's like, bro, you know that that's not the truth. You know, and it's anything that he says about Communist Creeper, anything that he says about anybody else, you definitely have to look into it. You definitely have to get both sides of the story, but that's just the robot's thing, though, that he only wants people to listen to his side of the story. So yeah, he most likely would have recorded this call, tried to get Communist Creeper into all these different things, probably would have ended up backfiring, and then we never would have seen that call. But if not that, then yeah, it's like he definitely would have just went and got people involved into the call so they could all just pretty much like attack Communist Creeper. It's, you know, the thing is this. Even though I had tried to spend a lot of like my years avoiding Just a Robot and not wanting nothing to do with them, you pay attention to his behavior. You pay attention to his patterns. You realize ain't nothing good gonna come out of this if I get into a call, an argument, or anything else with Just a Robot or his fans. So that's why it's like, yeah, a lot of times people just don't want to be bothered with you because they just know that I'm not, or they on top of that too, it's like, I'm not gonna waste my time talking with you about stuff where you already got your mind made up. You're trying to have a call with me just to sit around and argue for your own fun and enjoyment, but it's like, bruh, ain't nobody got that type of time. So yeah, it's just one of those things. He's so big on doing that, but it's like, look at all these different calls that came out about you now, where you just say some old random off the wall stuff, and it's like, it's just, yeah, it's like you sit down and listen to some of the calls with you, and especially them calls where it's like you don't have nobody jumping in and getting in the mix of it and stuff, where it's just a one-on-one call between you and another person. But yeah, just pay attention to that stuff and see, and it's like, that's why people don't want to talk with you, because you're weird. Even with this last situation with the guy Burn the World, where he's over there asking them if he's into like cartoon porn and a bunch of other different random stuff. So yeah, it's like, yeah, that's why people don't be wanting to jump into calls with you, because you're weird, bruh. But anyways,
with him before the quote-unquote lying happened. I brought up that even if I am a liar, that's even more reason for him to have a call with me. Wouldn't he want to debunk me and make fun of me on stream? And to this he just said, no you.
It's literally not what happened, Jar. I said that you were making a no you argument. I know you have dyslexia, but please have someone look over to make sure you're actually reading my statements correctly.
From what I've been told, this is something Communist Creeper...
Like, he's a big boy. He can figure it out himself. He don't need to. That's why I'm like, that's what I'm just gonna be big on from now on. It's like, if he's gonna do videos, and that's probably why he's gonna be all like, oh, I don't want to do the drama stuff no more, because yeah, people don't want to help him out on that. They're all like, my thing is this: people have so much ammo on Just a Robot, all right? Like, no, you sit down and think about that. Just a Robot is the most easiest target possible, okay? You have to honestly sit down and think about that. Do you think his girlfriend, his fans, his friends, roommate, whoever, do you honestly think that they want to get themselves into the mix of Just a Robot arguing? Because you guys sit down and think about that too. So like, let's say he does a video on me. He does a video just talking about whatever and things. For one, it's gonna be a shout out for me, because I feel like, yeah, Just a Robot, he got a big target on his back right now. So of course everybody's gonna be like, oh, he don't like this guy? Cool, I'm gonna go and support him. I'm gonna go and support his content. I'm gonna pretty much do the same thing that Just a Robot was doing to people for years. You know, just silence him, push him to the side. Anything that TMossBoss says, we gonna run with it and stuff. Yeah, I could go out in a video and lie about you. I could go out in a video and say that you attacked me in the middle of the night when I was outside jogging or something. People would believe it, bruh. Like, there might be some where they question it, but I feel like there'd be some people where it's like, yeah, if the story, if they really wanted to, or yeah, just do what you pretty much do, be paying off your fans and stuff to run with stories that die. The thing is this, might not have no evidence that he paid off his fans, but I just don't believe that his fans just willingly did stuff, just, you know, yeah, maybe it was he promised them something or promised them help or whatever, but yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, the way that his fans was carrying on for years, ain't no way that they did that stuff for free. I'm pretty sure they received some sort of payment, all right? But yeah, it's like, just give him the same treatment as that he did everybody else, and it's like, that's probably one of the main reasons why he doesn't want to get into drama, because he's seen what he did to people. He don't want that same thing to happen to him, because he knows then that he would have no choice but to quit content creating. So he can't take that type of pressure. He ain't got thick skin like a lot of people, but anyway.
Does a lot. Someone will say to Communist Creeper, hey, get into a call with me, let's talk this out. And he'll say something along the lines of, I don't get into calls with transphobes.
He's really just saying this because of one person, I believe. That being Akumu. I didn't want to debate Akumu because one, I'm not a debater, and two, Akumu is a massive transphobe who at the time was exclusively making sure to cover trans people so he can misgender them. So yes, Jar, he is a transphobe. Whether you like it or not, that is what he is.
Now granted, I don't know if this is true 100%, it's just what I've been told by other people. As for Communist Creeper's comments section, yeah, he did get a lot of backlash for this video. Someone said that I was a loyal subscriber because I left a comment underneath the video. You can leave comments underneath videos without being subscribed to the person.
It's a joke, Jar.
There was this other guy who said I was coping because I said Communist Creeper's content doesn't matter, which, it doesn't really matter. I just had a lot of fun talking about it. And he lied about me, claiming that I had more subs or something, which is something I've never bragged about. And yeah, I did go out of my way to watch this video. I watch all the videos.
No, he's never went out of his way and bragged about it. He just gets his fans to brag about it for him. I don't know how many times his fans left comments underneath my channel talking about, especially when he started growing a lot and had got more subscribers than me. Oh yeah, his fans, they were running with that. They was like, oh, Just a Robot got more subscribers than you now, and it's like, okay, and like, why do I need to care? I'm saying, like, I keep telling you guys I don't want to be bothered with you. What part of that do you not understand? So yeah, it's him and his fans. It's just, you know, but like I said, he don't say it himself. He just has his fans do it. So
it was made on me. Maybe they made a good point about me or two, and I should do what I can to improve on my content.
Wow, that sure aged really well. Anyway, that's all I have to say for now. Creeper out.
Socialism is when the government does stuff.
Yeah, like Just a Robot. He's definitely one of those people where it's just you really, and I mean really, have to just pay attention to the things that he says, because he is going to say something where it's like, bro, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what exactly are you talking about? So, yeah, just a robot. If you do want to get into it with him, I mean, yeah, right now would probably be a perfect time than any. I mean, like, he ain't really got nothing going for himself at the moment. So, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, make all the videos you want to make on him and stuff. He can't really do anything to anybody, but it's one of those things. I guess if you're worried in the future he might do something to you and stuff, like, oh, he'll do a response video, then yeah, then just leave just the robot alone. Maybe he might just overall just leave the internet and we don't have to worry about him anymore. If he does an announcement video saying that, then it's like, okay, cool, we can finally have a part of the internet that doesn't need to be ran by people like him. So, but anyways, now make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Communist Creeper for more videos like this. Like, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.